second half of the NFL season is here, and those young QBs are putting on a show. But who's the best team? This is when we separate the pretenders from the contenders. And you can follow that story every Sunday with the NFL on CBS.
Take me back to when you are a replacement on special teams. We're talking Kansas State, Manhattan, Kansas. You get in the game. You run the ball back for your first touchdown. I think it was against Texas Tech. This is from our deep dive on you. We went back and researched a bunch of stuff. But yeah, you score against the Red Raiders. What emotions are running through your mind in the end zone? Take me back to that very moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, even going into that game was, memorable because one of the guys who started in the slot got hurt. And so that was actually one of the first games that I was actually able to start. And I remember I talked to my dad about it, my uncle about it, probably even my mom about it. And they were just like, man, look, your time gonna come. Just keep waiting. And boom, at that moment, I was able to start.
This football family you grew up in, your dad, Kevin Lockett, is a former wide receiver in the NFL, as well as your uncle, Aaron. What's it like having those people as, inspiration for you? And what was it like growing up? And did you know from a young age, like, hey, man, I'm going to play in the NFL. I'm going to go ball. Like, this is what I want.
Yeah, well, I mean, growing up, I was always in the sports family. And a lot of people don't really realize that. But when you grow up in a sports family, literally everything that you learn about life, just about your friends, just everybody you come into contact with, it's just because of sports. I went to college because of sports. I made it to the NFL because of sports. You get sponsored by all these businesses because of sports. And you get to meet people and, hey, I get to be on the podcast with you because of sports. And you just start to see kind of how sports takes you to a lot of different places. And so it was pretty cool just because, I went to the same high school as my dad and uncle, same middle school, same college as them. And then we all got to enter the league. And we all entered the league and we have different stories. My dad ended up playing for the Chiefs and he went to Team Washington, and then he ended up going to the Jaguars, and then he finished with the Jets. And then my uncle played with Tampa Bay, and then I know he ended up playing with San Fran. And so being able to hear their history and to understand what life was like for them when they were in the NFL, and being able to give me the wisdom and the words of encouragement because they know the things that I feel. They know about the politics of football and about how things go and how you need to just stay true to who you are and not get caught up in all of that other stuff or what other people's goals and dreams are and why they do it. You got to stay true to what you do it for. So regardless of if they say, hey, man, you had the best career out of all of us when it comes to the NFL, regardless of, stats or anything like that, they still have that wisdom and that guidance and that knowledge to be able to help me through a lot of these times, because stats and stuff, that'll tell a different story. But the politics, the emotions, everything that the game brings along just with what comes with football, that always stays. It doesn't matter who comes into the league and when you leave, everybody feels some of the same things at some point in their career. And because of that, they can help me through that, as well as just being able to play my game and stay true to why I do it.